In the late 1940s, multiple ships traveling through the Strait of Malacca near Indonesia received a distress signal from the Dutch merchant ship SS Ourang Medan. The message was a series of Morse code sequences that translated to "All officers, including captain, are dead, lying in chart room and bridge. Possibly whole crew dead." This was followed by a series of indecipherable Morse code sequences and the final grim message, "I die." Several ships in the vicinity picked up the distress call and decided to respond, including an American merchant ship. When they located the Ourang Medan, the rescue team boarded what appeared to be a ghost ship. Upon inspection, they found the entire crew dead, their bodies sprawled on the decks and in the wheelhouse, their eyes wide open, faces twisted in sheer terror, and arms trying to fight off something. Not a single survivor was found, and no visible injuries were noted on the bodies. As the rescue team prepared to tow the ghost ship to a nearby port, a fire broke out in the ship's hold. This forced the rescue crew to evacuate the Ourang Medan immediately. Shortly thereafter, the ship exploded with such force that it was lifted out of the water before sinking. The ship, along with any evidence, was lost to the depths, leaving behind no clue as to what had occurred or what had caused the deaths of the crew. Speculations range from the illegal transportation of chemical substances or nerve agents, which could have leaked, to more supernatural theories involving paranormal forces. The true cause behind the tragedy of the SS Ourang Medan remains a mystery, and the ship has since become a chilling maritime ghost story that continues to perplex and frighten to this day. This maritime mystery, wrapped in an eerie atmosphere and the unknown, captures the essence of a true horror story. Far out at sea, where the waters turn dark and tumultuous, there exists a legend of the siren, a creature of beauty and terror, whose haunting melody lures sailors to their watery graves. The tale begins with a lone fishing boat, the Silver Wave, adrift in the open ocean. Its crew, seasoned seafarers, had weathered many storms, but none like the one that descended upon them that night. As the winds howled and the waves grew monstrous, a haunting melody carried on the air, captivating the sailors with its enchanting notes. Mesmerized, they followed the sound, drawn closer to the source, a rocky outcrop shrouded in mist. There, perched atop the rocks, was a figure of ethereal beauty, a siren with long, flowing hair and eyes that glowed like emeralds. Her song wove a spell around the sailors, filling their hearts with longing and desire. One by one, the crew members abandoned their duties, entranced by the siren's melody. They leaped overboard, heedless of the raging sea, driven by an irresistible urge to join the creature that beckoned them. Only the captain, a grizzled old seaman named Captain Blackwood, resisted the siren's call. He watched in horror as his crew succumbed to the allure of the creature, their bodies disappearing beneath the churning waves. Summoning all his strength and resolve, Captain Blackwood steered the Silver Wave away from the treacherous rocks, breaking free from the siren's spell. As dawn broke, the haunting melody faded, leaving behind a sea strewn with wreckage and lost souls. From that day on, Captain Blackwood sailed with a solemn warning to all who ventured into the deep waters. Beware the Sirens Song, for its beauty masks a deadly trap, luring the unwary to a fate worse than death. And so, the legend of the Sirens Song lives on, a cautionary tale whispered among sailors who know the dangers that lurk beneath the waves. In the dead of night, amidst the black waters of the Atlantic, a lone fishing trawler named the Sea Reaper found itself adrift, its engines silent and its crew gripped by a creeping sense of dread. The night had started like any other, with the crew hauling in their catch under a starlit sky. But as midnight approached, strange occurrences began to unfold. Electronic equipment malfunctioned, radios crackled with static, and a thick fog descended, obscuring all visibility. Captain Roberts, a weathered seaman with decades of experience, sensed that something was amiss. He ordered the crew to prepare for the worst as a storm brewed on the horizon, but it was not the storm that filled him with unease. It was the eerie silence that had settled over the ocean. As the hours passed, the fog thickened, enveloping the Sea Reaper in an impenetrable shroud. Shapes moved in the mist, indistinct and ghostly. Whispering voices carried on the wind. Suddenly, a ghostly apparition emerged from the fog. A spectral ship, its sails tattered and its hull adorned with barnacles and seaweed. The crew of the Sea Reaper watched in horror as the Wraith Ship glided effortlessly through the water, defying the laws of nature. A sense of foreboding gripped the crew as they realized the truth. The Wraith Ship was a harbinger of doom, a vessel of lost souls, condemned to roam the seas for eternity. Desperate to escape the phantom ship's clutches, Captain Roberts ordered the crew to start the engines. But to their horror, the controls were unresponsive. The Wraith Ship drew closer, its ghostly crew staring with hollow eyes, beckoning the Sea Reaper to join them in their eternal voyage. In a last-ditch effort, Captain Roberts radioed a distress signal, hoping for a miracle. Static crackled through the receiver, but a voice broke through, a faint, distant call for help. As if in response, the fog began to dissipate, revealing the outline of a rescue vessel on the horizon. With a surge of relief, Captain Roberts and his crew watched as the Wraith Ship faded into the mist, its haunting presence vanishing with the dawn. The crew of the Sea Reaper were rescued, but they would never forget the terror of that night, the night they encountered the Wraith Ship, a ghostly reminder of the ocean's ancient mysteries and the souls that wander its depths.